my honor and privilege to come to Christ University. And thank you so much team for organizing this, because the purpose of the session is very important here, to create an awareness about equality, which is the bigger word today. Thank you so much once again. And on that note, let's begin for the session. Professor Shirish has already introduced me. Having said that, as far as POSH is concerned, I would love to mention certain things about my work. I'm a corporate trainer. Along with that, I work majorly in the areas of diversity and inclusion. As Professor mentioned, I have also authored a book, Where to Draw the Line, Complicated Relationships at Workplace, which covers close to 10 live cases. Of course, we have changed the titles, and this gives a lot of information about the challenges around prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. I have taken a lot of initiatives, and I'm taking a lot of initiatives for women leadership. And yes, I'm a theater artist. In fact, one of the show was also planned for COVID, but that got postponed. You can also have a look at my book. It is available on Amazon. So that's all about me. These are some pictures from my shows. I'm also a very, very health conscious person, currently missing my running. And I'm very fortunate that when I started working for the cause of equality, industry has been very kind for recognizing my efforts in really, really very less time. So pictures, the best part is this particular program is also covered on various news channels. So because this topic is in need of an hour, right? And this is my family. I hope this much information about me is sufficient for today's session. And yes, you feel comfortable to speak to me on this topic anytime. So these are certain things which we may have to keep it in mind. Mute your audio if the lines are open. Be an active participant. Now, there will be a lot of things, and the second part, third part is be respectful. Because this topic is, related somewhere to our thinking, our upbringing, our unconscious biases, and our value system. Okay. The challenge of this topic when we explain, people think that these cases are not happening. This is not happening. These cases generally don't happen in front of you and me. These cases happens when nobody's around. Sometimes the behavior is very subtle that we don't even realize that these things are happening, right? So today we need to maybe, tell ourselves that yes, maybe these things might be happening. And we have huge data. We have many cases coming forward. Also, do give your feedback at the end of the session if you would like to have any more details, right? So look forward for a wonderful, insightful session on a Friday evening, okay? Before we begin, I would like to know certain things from you. Feel free to use your chat box. That on the scale of 10, 1 to 10, 10 being highest, what rating you will give it to yourself on the knowledge regarding POSH? Kindly let me know in the chat box. Excellent. I can see 7. Okay, Professor. Fine. Priya is saying 4. Okay. Anyone, please be open about it. Yes, 4. Okay. Prabha is saying 4. Great. So, okay. Amazing, Nivedita. Okay. 3. Amazing, because once upon a time when even I was on 0 and 1, I attended such kind of programs, and that was a trigger for me to work in this particular area, right? So hope today we may have few triggers after this session, right? So you can keep the notes with you, and I will also share some study material. Share means I will tell you where the material will be available for you. Okay, and we'll try to complete it on time as well. The most important thing is this, just echoes in the chat box. Why do we need such kind of training? Don't we know that this kind of behavior is not appropriate? Then why do we need such kind of training? Anything in chat box? Quick takes on this. What word comes to your mind? Why do we need such kind of session? Prevention is better than cure. We need this to become a culture, habit, respect others, spread awareness. Amazing. Thank you so much. Right? So we know what is not right, but still things happen. That is one thing. Another thing is this, the way we used to work earlier, that earlier our life was one village, one factory, one job, and life is over. Now, there are so many people are coming from various places. We can see so many people are coming from smaller cities, so many people from bigger cities going to the smaller cities. We have nationalities coming together. And hence, there are many people come with a very different value system. Getting my point? Another important here I would like to mention is the way we work have changed a lot. Like, for example, earlier, 9 to 5, after that, what is happening in someone's life, we never used to have any idea, right? But now, if you look at it, 24/7, we are available for the work. We are connected. We are connected on social media. We are on WhatsApp. We are everywhere, and exposure of personal life is also happening. Do you agree with me? And the lines are becoming very, very blurred. Do you agree with me? Yeah. And then some kind of automatic judgment starts coming in when people talk to you, right? So that happens. Another thing is this, please understand why at workplace this is happening very importantly, because the brand is at stake. Is there any one of you remember any employee's name where the sexual harassment cases have happened? But we all remember the company's name. Absolutely. Right? We remember the brands. And when we are working with one of the organizations, it is our responsibility to carry forward the brand responsibility. Right? It is very, very, very important. And today, one case happens. The existence of company also may get into the trouble. And hence, it is very important for all of us to create an awareness. Create an awareness that where to draw the line. Right? Today, I was listening to one of the CEOs on diversity and inclusion, and he used a very nice word. This is a time of understanding our DQ. Till the time, I always used to speak about diversity quotient, that is DQ. But it is not about diversity quotient, but it is about our decency quotient. When you will understand this law, when we will discuss all these things, sometimes people say, oh, madam, now it is very tough to talk. And I say, really? Because this law is not talking too much about your, behavioral things. These are the regular etiquettes which we need to follow at workplace. But sometimes we tend to cross the limit. And let me tell you, sometimes it is not intentional. How many of you know the definition of sexual harassment? What law talks about sexual harassment? So many people are not even aware about it. So I hope you are getting my point. Our work life has changed. Exposure of personal life is high. People coming from different cultures, values, they bring it to the workplace, and there can be differences. The brand value is at stake, and many people are not aware about what is sexual harassment at workplace. So these are the things we will try to make clear during this particular session. If there are any other expectations, let me know. If the time allows, we will have a look at it. On that basis, on that note, I would like to know from you, what is the meaning of diversity? What is the meaning of diversity? You can write it in the chat box. What is the meaning of diversity? Differences. Very nice. Differences. Excellent. Thank you. Pinhu Josh. Thank you for being such an active participant. Differences. Variety. Absolutely, Priya. Right? So when we look at diversity, diversity is like differences. We are all different. And I will use a particular word. We are not different, we are unique. We are very unique. Right? God has made us in a very, very different kind of ingredients God has used while he or she was making us. Right? That is, for example, at workplace, we will get to see people from different, experience, from race, ethnicity, religion, disability, sexual orientation. That is diversity. And what do we mean by inclusion then? What do you mean by inclusion? HR professionals use this particular term, D&I. We say D&I. What do we mean by inclusion? Okay, honoring diversity. Great terminology which you have used. Anyone, I would like to know from you, what do we mean by inclusion? Involvement. Okay. So now let's have a look at it. Inclusion is a measure of culture that enables diversity to thrive. And I used F&F model over here. What do you mean by F&F? At workplace, our processes, our, having policies, that is called function. That is called function. Companies can take care of it that, we need to have people from diverse culture, different ethnicity, we should have people from disability, people should have really different religions. And when you conduct diversity audits, it looks fantabulous, we have so many people, 5 generations are working in my organization. Absolutely. But are they feeling, second F is, are they feeling included in the organization? And please understand, this organization cannot work. Its individual needs to work. Not a single organization says discriminate. Not a single law says that, inequality. But please understand, unfortunately, in our society, social norms are more important than the law of the country. Am I right or wrong? Please let me know. Yeah, absolutely. I can give you, I've written many articles on this. I've written many articles on this, and I can give you many examples from hiring department, team management department, right? Like for example, let me give you one example. And one article you can search for is that we don't want to hire an auntie here. There was one girl who was leaving the job and her boss asked her to get a replacement. And she said, okay. So she got 32 resumes and maximum resumes were getting rejected. She got confused. She went to the boss and she asked, please let me know what exactly you're looking for so that, I will search the resumes and I will source candidates accordingly. Then the person said, I want a lady. Sir, look at the resumes. There are so many resumes are here. This is look at this lady. She comes with a really great experience. She was on a break. Now she wants to come back, and even the budget is fitting. Why not? And then this person said, I said, nah, I will hire woman, but let me hire young woman. Huh? 8 hours I need to spend here, and I'm telling you, this is a live case. So see, policies are saying inclusion and diversity. Policies are saying no discrimination. Even sometimes our actions are showing that I'm not discriminating, but are we including? Are our systems supporting for the inclusion? How many disabled people can come? And hats off to Christ University. I have seen physically challenged students coming to university. And there is an entire system for that. Are you getting my point? Please understand, disabled kids in India, less than 5% disabled kids are able to go to the normal schools. Why so? Are we including? And if we include, sometimes what happens, we tend to show that, we are giving favor to you. And this session, I will just make you think. I hope that it is very clear to all of us what is diversity and what is inclusion. Inclusion is appreciation. Inclusion is respecting. Inclusion is like, wow, how different are we? But our mind, let me tell you one psychology also behind this. We always want to look the similarity wherever we go. Like for example, our brain, mind has got, pictorial memory, and they always look for the similarity. For example, if you are entering in the conference hall, you will see, okay, where are the people from my department? One. Where are the people from my level? Second. Where are the people from my cabin? Third. Where are the people? If you don't get anything, you will find out where are males and where are females. So our mind also unconsciously happen in this particular way. Are you with me? And we all need to take a charge. We all need to take a charge. And I do not want to mention any cases here, but what is in human behavior is happening. And that is all because of another word called exclusion. Opposite word of inclusion is exclusion. And whenever exclusion has happened, there is a history has written. Because nobody likes exclusion. Right? So this is a very big term which we are talking about, and let's cross our heart and say that I should not exclude someone because of my beliefs and because of my thinking. Okay, let's have a story today. Okay, now wherever you are sitting, if you are driving, if you are outside, do not do this activity. But if you are sitting somewhere at quiet place, let's do this activity, because this activity is a visualization activity. Okay, so small activity. Close your eyes. Nothing is going to happen. Just close your eyes. Let's start with a brain exercise. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to ask you to visualize 3 scenarios. The visualization is very important, so please close your eyes. And imagine you are late to catch a flight. You rush through the airport. You make it through security guard. Security guard let you in. And you manage to get inside. You step on the plane. Just as they close the door behind you, the pilot steps out and says hello to you. You settle down. An air hostess comes and serves you with a wonderful food. You reach to your destination and you feel like having a coffee. So you go to the local restaurant and you have best meal of your life. While doing that, you see a couple happily celebrating their anniversary. You take your luggage, go to a nice hotel, settle down, and go to sleep. Next day morning, you get up. You get ready to attend the biggest technology conference in the world. And you reach to the conference hall again. And the CEO of the company, of a startup, just take a stage to speak. You can open your eyes. Did you able to visualize the scene? Let me know in the chat box. Yes? Excellent. Excellent. If you could do that, great. Amazing. Now I have few questions for yourself. But you may not answer it here. You just ask the questions to yourself. Okay. How many of you saw female security guard at the entry gate? How many of you saw a pilot saying, or a female pilot coming saying hello to you? You saw a male hostess coming and serving you. You saw same-sex married couple celebrating their anniversary. And how many of you saw a female CEO taking the stage? Some of you could see that and some of you could not. Please understand, this experience will be completely different for each one of us because of experiences we have experienced in the past. Okay, so that is very important for all of us to understand. There is always a disclaimer because right now we know what topic we are talking about. So again, your brain is intellectually give you some other signals, right? And what happens here is, suppose if you are in the company working while hiring, while promoting, while allocating the roles, you know, you will always look for the images, people which are matching to your image. Are you getting my point or not? Automatically, because if you do not get that, your brain will not accept it. You will always feel the discomfort. Oh my God, what is happening? Right? And hence we need to be cautious about what is happening. And these are called unconscious biases. These are called unconscious biases. Please understand, you know, there are many biases which we have, like for example, affinity, attribution, all this. But today we are talking about majorly gender bias. The kind of roles we are giving, you know, I can give you one more story here, like 2020, and he said that I'm going to transform my body. I don't know now what is his situation, but still January situation was good. And he paid annual for the gym. And within 10 minutes, he comes back and comes to the reception and says, I want one. And the receptionist asked, why? What happened? He said, my gym instructor is a lady. And the receptionist says, so what? She has transformed so many bodies. They're so transformed people. He said, a lady cannot tell me like what kind of body I can have. She can be counselor, she can be a dietitian, or she can be the gym instructor for ladies. But how will she understand men's body? I mean, if the lady doctor can operate men's body, why can't be she the gym instructor? Are you getting my point or not? And this is called gender-based role. These are called gender-based role. And let me tell you one thing, we are not talking only about women. There are so many roles and so many times we have a biases towards men as well. The biggest gender biasness in our society is like male needs to be the bread earners. Mard ko dard nahi hota. Who is that man? Let me know. Boys don't cry. Please understand. And hence we will also see the highest level of heart attack because there is no emotional gateway for men. Okay, so it is both ways. Are you getting my point or not? Are you with me? Yeah, great. So let's have a look at this. You know, when we have so many things in our mind towards a particular gender, it happens in our society because, you know, there is something called this much is fine. You know, for example, in a typical local language or Hindi, we will say, "Itna to chalta hai." How? How? The kind of culture which we have it in our house, male dominating, female dominating, it can be anything, unconsciously come to the workplace. And then we get, you know, I'm also IC member. IC member means posh committee member. I am with companies. And we get to hear the complaints which says, you know, this person said that, sir, take your voice down. I'm not your. Or it can be other way. Madam, take your voice down. I'm not your husband. Because that is fine at home, but not here. Are you getting my point? And hence, once I will give you a lot of example, you will get to know there are a lot of subtle ways these things happen. And hence now we have a law that is prevention of sexual harassment at workplace for women. These all words are very important. Having said that, there are many corporates have taken the right step forward, and that is they have equal policy. That means not only women, all sexes are covered under this act or under this policy. That means even male face the harassment, they can also file the complaint. If female face the harassment, they can also file the complaint. If a transgender or a person from LGBTQ face the harassment, they can also file the complaint. And I think that is the equality in treatment. But having said that, currently the law is only for women. The policy can be for all, but law, yes, I will take your words right now. What you know, the law requires some kind of amendments, right? And which may happen very soon. The cases are happening because there are cases of misuse of law is also coming. I hope you're getting my point. And hence there are a lot of changes are required and very soon we will have. Okay. So if we are talking about equality, the law should be also equal. But right now, many cases against this. Okay. So it is no more Me Too. It is We Too. There are many cases are also coming from male members. And somewhere we are getting past. towards men as well. Like, for example, recently one case happened in Gurgaon, right, where the boy became the victim of the fall case, and the teenager committed the suicide out of the pressure that what will happen now. And 3 days later, it realized that it was a false thing. The request the law has made for our safety and security, let's not misuse it. It is an appeal. And now let me tell you where the equal policies are there, the consequences remain same for the false case as well. Till here everything is fine, the language, speed, any questions? Let me know. Okay, going well? Fine. Great. So this is one thing which we need to be careful about. Okay, do not misuse the act. Now let's have a look at the history of the law. How law has come into the picture. First is, it was not like that before 1992 cases were not there. We have signed a lot of UN agreements and all since 70s and 80s, but unfortunately, we wait for the incidents to happen. And when incidences happens, the law changes. I really don't know why we cannot be proactive. Right? In 1992, Bhavi Devi was in Rajasthan, small, in the village of Rajasthan, and she was working as a worker at someone else's farm. Are you getting my point? Because these people don't have their own land, so they have to go and work somewhere else. While doing that, she was also taking care of, she was also looking after some social work, and that was child marriage. So when you do social work, sometimes people become enemies. A similar case happened when Bhavi Devi was working at someone else's farm. 5 people came and ganged her in front of her husband. And that is the first time the voice was raised by NGO called Vishakha that if a lady is working at someone else's place, then it is employer's responsibility to give safe work environment. Whatever words I have used right now are very important. So that was the first time the voice was raised that if a lady is working at someone's place, it is employer's responsibility to give safe work environment. First time. Everyone agreed. And then we had a Vishakha guidelines. It's 1997. But guidelines are guidelines because guidelines do not follow with consequences. So things were happening. Still cases were coming. 2002 also, many people tried to pass this law, but it did not happen. But in 2012, we were waiting for another thing. What was that? That was the case happened in Delhi. Nirbhaya. Right? Again, we were waiting for this sometimes, I feel. And then they said that if women are coming to workplace, at least that should be the place should be safe. And hence this act was passed, that is prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. Very important, prevention, prohibition, and redressal. So this act is given. Anyone wants to read this act in detail, you can just go on Google and look for a sexual harassment handbook. Once you say handbook, you get 35 to 40 pages handbook. You can download it in the PDF format and you can have a look at that. Okay. Divided into these 3 parts, and this act gave five definitions. Okay, what are those definitions? First is sexual harassment, second is employer, third is workplace and extended workplace, fourth is aggrieved woman, and fifth is forms of sexual harassment. So let's look at these definitions. This gives you the complete idea of the definitions, that is Sexual harassment includes any one or more of the unwelcome acts. Now, in this entire definition, this word is very important. It's unwelcome, because otherwise the act can be we cannot say allowed. It is not to have relationships at workplace, because otherwise we go against human rights. So, understand. So many companies are also coming with the policies like disclosure policy. You need to disclose that you are in a relationship, so that your reporting relationship, your location, other things will change, because otherwise it becomes a hostile work environment for team members. Other. So first, the unwelcome behavior, physical contact. Maybe think that when the sexual harassment is there, only physical contact is there. No, but even advances. If you're trying also. A demand or a request. Now, sometimes people say, how can someone can request? Because demand generally happens in the power matrix. That you give me sexual favors, I will give you rating, I will give you better appraisal, I'll give you transfer, promotion. But request, data will surprise you, but request happens, and this is majorly happening with single mothers, single fathers, and widows. So even request is not allowed at workplace. Another is making sexually colored remarks. Now, this particular terminology is very important. When we say sexually colored remarks, that means talking about the body part of a person. Now, this is where I would like to mention one case which we handle, where this, one lady came after a maternity break. She joined back. Generally, we naturally tend to put on the weight, right? But this lady reduced and then she came back. Everyone was complimenting her and saying, wow, you're looking nice and everything. One gentleman came and said, wow, you're looking nice. She said, thank you. But I'm happy that you have not lost the weight required. Do you think this gentleman has crossed the line? Let me know in the chat box. Do you think there are a lot of private messages are coming? It will be nice if you put it on the public so that people will also get to know, all the participants will get to know, right? So now, while we were discussing with him, he said a very valid point, What valid point he said? That, madam, if that would have been intention, I wouldn't have said in front of everyone, right? Of course, yes. He had a valid point. But this is say unawareness. This is what we say culture coming to the workplace. Like, for example, at home also people says, oh, girls should have little fat. Getting my point? Very, very lovingly we say this, and the same dialogues are coming to the workplace. Okay. Non-veg jokes at workplace are not allowed. Please don't think that everyone enjoys non-veg jokes. Many women also think that if I'm openly cracking the non-veg jokes, I'm a confident lady. Please be careful about it. Okay. Pornography, it has become very, very common. There are different groups are there in the organization where they only exchange this kind of thing. Even men to men sending pornography is not allowed at workplace. And any other unwelcome physical, verbal, non-verbal conduct of sexual in nature. So I hope it is very clear to all of you what is the definition of sexual harassment. Right? And most important thing what we say is saying no at the right time. It is very important. If any party, if you find this is unwelcome behavior, say no at the right time. Don't keep on waiting that, okay, I thought that person is saying to her also. No. Your body says na, that you are not liking somebody is keeping a hand on your shoulder. Say it. And when someone says no, take it on face value. Otherwise what happens, the other person says, yeah, she said, but she was not that serious. People will not come and say, like Amitabh Bachchan movie, say no means no. They will tell you in a very gentle way that, it's good in the office. Don't say it in front of everyone, right? So we have to take it on a face value. So saying no is very important. If someone is sending you the messages, just say no and block that person. That is in your hand. I handled one case, where we said the boy is after that girl, and he said, I like you. And the girl is saying, what is it that you like in me? And now you're going and complaining. Please understand. Right? So this is how calling each other hunk, babe, sexy, mal, item. I'm sorry, I'm saying feeling very uncomfortable to say this, but these are sometimes, it has become a common vocabulary. Many times even girls take it as a compliment. Wow. Because sexy word has become a very common word nowadays. Even vegetable is sexy. Everything is sexy. Okay. Whistling at someone. Now, for example, I always say that song, Akshay Kumar's movie, Ladki dekhi muh se siti baje haath se taali. This is what we have seen in the movie. And we think that, yeah, who is hero? Who whistles? Who is hero? Who troubles? Who is a villain? Who rapes? I'm not a villain. No. Commenting on someone's body parts, sexual jokes, fantasies, preferences, hissing sounds are not allowed. On non-verbal, please stay away from this kind of emojis on official WhatsApp groups or personal WhatsApp group. You cannot follow anyone on Facebook, Instagram and all. Okay. People download their DPs and keep it and comment on it and then send it across. And when I was handling one case and he said, madam, this is Facebook photograph now. This is DP, right? This is for public, then we can do whatever we want to do. No. Okay. Cyber stalking, people are behind. Madam, please accept friend request. Please accept friend request. And if I don't accept, then it is like, hum to aapke friend hai hi nahi. We are not your friend. No, sir, nothing like that. No, you have not accepted my friend request now. He is your friend. The person has a right, and that person is giving you a clear message that I don't want to be in my personal zone. Can we appreciate that? Okay. So these are the few things we need to keep it in mind. So when we talk about sexual harassment, it is unwelcome, sexual in nature, and subjective. What is fine with me may not be fine with someone else. And impact matter, not the intent. I mean to say, you may not have an intention to do something, but there is an impact. There is an impact. Please understand, this is not about the thing, but many times people used to call me a black dude. Do you think it is not impacting? We have some nicknames, Golu, Molu, uncle, auntie. Why? We have first names. We can be respectful for each other because it impacts. Right. So we all need to take individual responsibility of our own behavior, and that is called DQ, decency quotient. The second definition is employer. Now, at private workplaces, if you look at it, we say company is responsible. Who is responsible? Team managers, supervisors are very important, and hence it is very important for us to lead by example. I have many teams, I've taken this for more than 12,000 people till now. Best of the best brand. There are team managers who used to call me that even though their HRs are having this kind of sessions, they used to say, Aparna, there are many females and males in my team. We want you to take it separately. Why don't you take it for 1 hour? Why? Reinforcement. Lead by example. What kind of language you are using? What kind of roles you are giving? Right? For example, there are teachers. I was talking to teachers and all, why use, for example, in case studies, female leaders and female CEOs. What is in our right to create an awareness? These are policy conversations that now the time has come to talk. You know, sometimes we say, oh, we do talk all here. No, 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 we don't talk. Now the time has at work is happening. Okay, the workplace. These all things are our workplace. Like for example, government organizations, NGOs, corporation, educational institute, sports facilities, service providers, even house for our health and support system, that becomes the workplace. Okay. Having said that, there are extended workplaces law has defined. One is it can be branches, like you have different campuses, different, you know, where you are going. Your pick up and drop buses, flights, only and only your official parties are covered under this, where you have an invite. Other than that, if something happens, it is not covered under law. Okay. Aggrieved person. No woman shall be subjected to sexual harassment at any workplace. That means all. You cannot say domestic workers, regular, temporary, probationer, with or without remuneration, interns. I to always say, there are many colleges are coming and telling us now, you know, I've conducted so many sessions before your MBA grads goes for internship. Take 1 hour session for them. If you don't invite us, fine, but groom them on this. Because many cases comes up against, you know, interns, probationer. And the most important thing is this, even visitors are covered under this act. There was one case where we handled in one of the hospitals where both of them were visitors. But we had to handle the case because workplace was ours. Okay. And there are forms of sexual harassment. One is quid pro quo. We have seen this, quid pro quo, this for that. You give me sexual favors, I will give you this. You give me this, I will give you that. Okay. And sometimes it is not directly, it can be indirectly. And hostile work environment is creating hostile environment. That means, you know, humiliating treatment, like affecting health, safety and all. I can give you one example where the Vedanta's hospital Indore case happened. Okay, and where the boss asked her first, she said no for it. She sent messages to the top management. It was not attended. Then she had to go outside to complain. I'm also going to deal with that, where you need to complain. Okay, and then what happened? Then this person started saying, you will come only in my car. I will only pick up and drop. No, because there is a cost cutting. Then this person started asking her to stay back, and all the evidences investigation committee got. So that is called host. It can be anything. You know, I'm not going much in detail. We understand it, looking at the time. And this is what last 3 months, maximum 6 months. It also depends on what you have written in the policy. Not after 7 to 8 years on Twitter. Within 7 days of receiving the complaint, you know, notice to the respondent. Within 90 days, the completion of inquiry should be there, right? Within 10 days, the report submission will happen. Then implementation and recommendation, that is within 60 days. And within 90 days, even the appeal can be done in the local court. What will be the consequences if you found guilty? And again, even this happens even though it's a false allegation. Service rule will be followed, written apology, warning, withholding of promotion, withholding of pay increase. Maximum cases now, companies do not take any chance but terminate. But it's a request when we have HR professionals on this forum, have proper investigation. Let's not have unconscious biases towards men as well. Right. Also very some evidence that I have done something wrong, which phone record, and which was not actually the case. And he just called me in the cable. I don't want to terminate you, just resign. Because if HR gets to know this, if IC committee gets to know this, they are going to take away your job. Better you resign and go, Baba. And under pressure, this person resigned. And after 8 days, he realized what he did. And after that, he started calling us that, ma'am, what should I do? Give chance to everyone. Until the time it is not proven, let's not call someone a harasser. It has got a huge implication. Psychologically, career-wise, people have committed suicides. So this is what all about it. Before we get into this, I just would like to tell you two more things. There are three things. One, if this law has divided the entire industry into two parts. One is organized sector, another is unorganized sector. Organized sector needs to have IC. Organized sector means where 10 and more people work. They need to have internal committee. That is mandatory. The internal committee will have, one presiding officer. The presiding officer has to be a lady, 2 members, male or female, but we generally say 50% representation should be there. Otherwise, again, there are, biases, chances are there. And 1 external member, like a person like me, I work like an external member with many committees who has a knowledge of this act. Another is LC. LC is a local committee, which is designed by a nodal officer on district level. So suppose if your company falls under unorganized sector, where less than 10 people are working, the employees can go on directly to LC. Suppose a particular person feels to go out, even though she or he is from organized sector and want to go to LC, that person also can go to LC, but it is always recommended to go to your IC, because LC will come to IC first, always. That is your internal committee. You can also launch an FIR, but again, police will come back to company and IC. It's also called SHE box, that is Sexual Harassment Electronic Box. But SHE box also will come to IC first. So better go to IC, because IC resolve your case within 90 days. That is a mandatory. Right? This is what is all about POSH. And now, do you really think that there are very high expectations from all of us to behave in a certain way? I think these are some basic things which we are talking about. Am I right or wrong? Yes? And okay, so it's exactly 5 minutes are still there. We can extend the session. But this is what I wanted to tell you, the crux of the law. Now you know the crux of the law. If you have any questions, anything, feel free to ask me now. Shirish sir?
Yes, yeah. Thank you. This was very enlightening for the audience, as I can see from some of the questions coming up. One question which is there is, what is the success rate of adoption of POSH Act in Indian organizations?
Excellent question. Excellent question. The person who has asked. So as of now, only 35% companies are following this act. Okay. This is the data from INBA. So this is the only 35% companies are following this act. Another thing is this, many are not even aware about it. And many are under this thing that, feeling that this law is applicable only when we don't have women. So please understand, whether you have women or not, this law gets applicable. Another thing is this: your housekeeping staff, your customers, anyone can be women, and you need to have an IC. I work, there was one company where 400 people are working, sir, and they said that we need to have an IC. I said, where is your presiding officer? And he said, we don't have a women. I said, you have 400 people, and how is it possible that you don't have a lady? What is the job we are doing? And this is how laws start working. Then I said, now you have to hire a lady.
Yes.
And now you will do it. And for the time being, I became the presiding officer. Then they hired a senior level person, and they started doing it. Very good question.
The next question is, what are some of the legal consequences to companies without an internal committee or which violates the POSH Act?
Amazing. So now, first of all, if the case goes outside, and all the legal consequences will be if you don't have IC, if you do not confine to POSH Act, first thing that you will have a 50,000 rupees fine. Okay. Then there will be another audit and another visit will happen, and the possibility even your license can be taken away. Like in case of Vedanta, when the lady went to LC, so she came back. LC members came back to company, and company asked, "Where is your IC?" And there was no IC, and hence LC handled that case. So first, company got 50,000 fine, and LC handled that case, and then the investigation happened.
Thank you.
That is how it is. Because one more thing I would like to add in this, because looking at the time, we could not go in so much depth, because otherwise this session requires 3 hours. Okay. So because we also need to, each and every company also needs to submit the annual report. Okay. In the district office. And you have to show that you have an IC, you had no cases or you had cases, you have a POSH policy, everything every year, 31st December is the last date. You have to submit it. Okay, so that is how it is, but still people are not taking it very, very seriously.
Sure, ma'am. One more question is, social media has blurred the line between personal and professional. Any tips on keeping young students who are under peer pressure or going through identity crisis or culture shock and do not know where to draw the line?
Amazing question this is, and we are all going through this. Like, for example, I also have a teenage boy in my house, right? And they go through that peer pressure and all, but it is very important to have one-on-one counseling, one-on-one talk, open talk. And, we are talking about, let's not be a helicopter parents. Helicopter parents means just going around with them and see what they are doing. But it is very important for us to see what they are doing. And there is no harm in taking up their phone and checking. Schools needs to be very much aware. Even college students, this chalta hai attitude should not work. The subtle way, is class ki ladkiyan. As a professor, take a stand. What are we talking? What examples you are giving? Right. So this kind of act is required, because I'll tell you one thing, this age we all have gone through, right? And it is very tempting. Even though you don't have an intention, some picture starts popping up. Yes or no? I feel that the boy, I could not hold my tears. That when, I was so disturbed for 3 days that this young boy who lost his life, he could not even go and speak to his parents, ki maine, I've not done this. Because the bias is so much that we know the boy must have done it.
Okay, I think we have one last question, and that is, if the harasser is a juvenile, according to Indian law, they are let off, but how can we address it? That means they get off without a strict punishment.
There is another law for this, and that is called POSHCO. First of all, see, this law is completely related to workplace. If something happens out of your campus, company's campus, nothing can be done. So first of all, how come that person is there if the employee is? But suppose, for example, he's a visitor in your, or she is a visitor, and something happens, then the POSHCO Act gets applicable. Okay, so POSH is only applicable to the workplaces.
Okay.
Rape is not covered under POSH.
Okay. I don't see any more questions coming up. Let me just take a look.
I think someone has said, what is the case of, just a minute.
Yes, yes.
Let me see. What is the case of shared services officers? Amazing question. Amazing question. So now these are the things are coming up like work from home and all. And let me tell you, I can share the data also on this. Even it is work from home. There are many cases are coming. You know, apart from sexual harassment, domestic violence has gone very high. Child abuse have gone very high. So kindly be careful about it. And that's a myth that if we think that it is happening only in the particular strata of the society. That is one. Okay. Another thing is the shared offices. Then also, like for example, you are working in, you know, like a WeWork and all. So it becomes also their responsibility to give you the safe work environment. But you are on the payroll of certain company. That company's responsibility becomes primary responsibility to give a safe work environment. And it is very important to have your CCTVs, swiping cards, having no dark areas, you know, isolated parking areas. Have a look at all these things. Okay. So now, even though it's a work from home, you're verbal, non-verbal, you will not believe people are even asking for, you know, your video should be on, what clothing you're wearing. You have to be very careful about it. Yes, sir. Any other questions? I would love to take questions because there are certain things if I could not touch because of the time limit during discussion, it is coming out. And my purpose is to create awareness. If I could, you know, create that awareness, that is what is most important in all this. And I'm waiting for that day that, you know, I should stop taking this session. Let me work on leadership development, conflict management, all these things, you know, where the self-development and skill development and competence development will happen more. And we will not need this kind of session.
Okay, ma'am. I see a question here. Ma'am, what are the sexual harassment don'ts in a virtual environment?
Okay, virtual environment, as I verbal and non-verbal will come into the picture. Like for example, if you're sending any kind of pictures, pornography, right? Asking someone all the time to keep your video on, asking for certain things, you know, like for example, there are many people are using now laptops of company and the laptops are used for something else because, you know, now the control has gone, you know, down because when you are in office and all, you cannot see certain sites and all. But now it will happen. So we have to be very careful about this. Conduct sessions, as many sessions as possible. You know, we also have a lot of teasers, like for example, 1 minute video, 2 minutes video. It should go and there should be a reinforcement about the awareness. I hope I addressed the question.
Yes, ma'am. The next question is there any legal protection to people working in the unorganized sector?
Yes. People working in the unorganized sector, first of all, the awareness is low, so create an awareness, one. Second, if case happens in unorganized sector, they can go and approach LC, local committee. Okay, if you go on Google, everywhere there is a local committee, which you will find, okay, which is designed by district level officer, nodal officer. Okay, that is one thing. They can also go to police. Police can direct them to go to LC. Okay, but I always say, you know what I mean to say, right? So police can directly go to LC. That is also one can say do. So these are the ways. Or SheBox is another thing. Recent update on this law is without complaining internally. If you go on social media and you put this, the case will not be handled. I think that is a very sensible step which has taken place.
Thank you very much, madam. I think we all learned a lot, as I can see from the messages. Thank you so much for your role that you're playing in society and helping us all be aware of the acts. And thank you all participants for your active participation. We look forward to your continued inclusion in the webinars that the School of Business and Management is conducting. The next